Happy Self Love Sunday, everyone. I am Moe Sass, the host of Self Love Sundays with Sass. And yes, the question still comes, it is my last name because, yes, I am sassy and all that. And I am a certified life coach who I really like to say I am the aide in the village that walks along people to assist in their journey to live the life they so desperately desire, right? And we talk about the life you desire, what in terms of career, finance, relationships of all kind, mother, father, partner, spouse, whatever that may be, right? So a part of what I do is open up those chambers that have been closed for so long so that you can walk in that light, so that you can have that love, so that you can have that career, so the so the money can flow and it don't look funny, right? So that's kind of what I do. So if you're interested in life coaching with me, you can reach out via email at info at moe sass.com, and it's MOESASS, all as in Sam.com. So I want to first off, I want to say to all my new viewers, welcome, welcome, welcome. I love to see that I'm continuing to expand overseas. It's a beautiful thing. I hope that you continue to enjoy the content. And if you are a person who listens regularly, thank you for your support and your love. And please, by all means, share me out. I'm really looking this year to really grow and expand in all areas. So I would greatly appreciate that from each and every one of you. And also last week, I apologize. Last Sunday, I couldn't do my podcast because I am prioritizing this year. You know, it's one of those things where I've always placed work, right? And really, this is not my work. I'm just going to be honest. This is my purpose. I'm going to just say it. Don't tell nobody. It's my secret. But I've always placed these things ahead of my personal love life. And I'm starting to reprioritize some things, right? Because a part of what we do is we say we want these things. We say we want love. We say we want better relationships, whether it be with people, friends, right? Or our children or our mother or parents, whatever. We say we want it, but we don't make the time or prioritize it to do so. Because if we are busy and we have many jobs, or some people are living in their purpose, you have to make it a priority to spend time with the quality time with the people you love, or quality time with your baby, whatever this business you're trying to birth, or whatever this new venture you're deciding that you want to go on. You have to make time and prioritize it. So I'm starting to do that this year because I kept saying, and I'm getting married. That was one of my declarations. I'm getting married, and it looks like that may be happening, but it took some work from me. And that's kind of what I want to talk about today. Because I'm going to tell you, today, I was like, you know what, I'm going to talk to the people about. I really don't know. I just going to get on here and we're going to talk and we're going to see what happens. And it just so happens that it came out. We're going to talk about the fact that I love that people who are on my social media, and if you're not, it's Life Coaching with Sass on both Instagram and Facebook, and they see the beautiful pictures of me smiling with my love. And we're looking like, there's no one else in the world but him and I. And it's beautiful and it feels amazing. Not gonna lie, and not going to dumb that down for anyone. And that's another lesson for everyone today. If you are in the highest frequency of love, don't dim your light for someone else. Listen, because we understand the ebbs and flows of life, right? So what that means is when we're up, you have to appreciate all that up, because we know that there comes some down moments. So listen, if you in love, don't downplay that. I used to, before, I would say, like, oh yeah, I like him, but I don't know. And listen, stop confusing the universe. Stop confusing the universe. I have to say this to my clients, who I love and adore. But this is something I had to work on myself. Stop confusing the universe. If you say you want love, if you say you desire a relationship, if you say you desire the career, speak life over it. There's no more buts. There's only ands. There's no more buts, only ands. There's no more I love him, but. No, it's I love him and it feels amazing. I love him and he is everything that I could have ever asked for. I love him and I did the work, honey, for him to come in. I love him and he's not perfect and neither am I. I love him and he's 90% of what my list looked like. Right? Because, I am the person that when I believe in manifestation, it's writing down what are the characteristics that you're looking for. What are you looking for in terms of this person that comes in? And I'm not talking about 6'5" football player linebacker. I'm talking about trust, loyalty. I'm someone who's able to effectively communicate, someone who's spiritual. That was really big for me. Someone who understood that it's God themselves and then your spouse and then the children. That was big. For as modern as I can be very traditional in terms of relationships. So those were the things that were important to me. So they are literally have been on my vision board, which I hope we all have one, and maybe we can really work on getting that done. And let's have some fun with that. So I'm gonna think about that too. Been on my vision board for years of what I was looking for, but what I realized is that what I desired, and I don't say looking for because I wasn't out searching for him. He came. What I desired in a mate, I realized that I needed to work on that. I don't need to do anything. I chose to work on that within myself. I got to work on that. My I believe vocabulary is everything. So if you hear me say, I get to, I choose to, I'm blessed to, the vocabulary is everything. Because none of us need to do anything. You don't have to do anything. You can choose to. You can understand that you get to. And you can understand that you're blessed to. So I looked at the qualifications and all the things that I desired to make, and I got busy, honey. I got busy working on my healing. I got busy working on my shadow work. And I'm going to be completely honest with you. So we want to talk about why I want to talk about those pictures and why it's so important is because you see the after effect of the work. It wasn't like that in the beginning with him and I. We had some work to do, honey. It was up and down and around, and it was like, you know what? You need to go work on this, and he triggered the hell out of me. I triggered the hell out of him, And we made a decision. To me, it wasn't always conscious decisions. It was in the middle of, listen, I'm gonna go work on me. You go work on you. It was in the middle of some of that we made a conscious decision to go work on ourselves, to heal some of our wounds, to understand that the triggers were mine. That's my trigger. That's my trigger from my ex, whom I thought that I had cleansed myself from because I had done so much work. And that's the other thing about my healers. I love y'all, but let me tell you something. This healing journey is lifelong. There's always a new level of healing. And I think that's important for people to hear. Because oftentimes people say they'll take years, and I did that, take years off from dating or, being in any sort of relationship because it's like I need to heal. That's great. But just because you do that does not mean that when you get into a relationship, you're not going to be triggered. I had to learn that lesson the cute way. It's like, what? I'm triggered, and then I had to own my trigger. Because it's very easy to point the finger and say, well, he did this to me, he did that to me. But it's really my trigger. So I'm sharing this with you today because I want people to understand that so often they go to social media and they go look on people's pages and they see this happy and this love. You never know what it takes to get there. And this is why I've said since the beginning of time that there is no relationship out there that is relationship goals for me. And it may come off as sounding arrogant, but that's not what I mean. And this is the other thing. Oh, we're going to learn some things today. When you hear people speak, stay in humble curiosity. Ask questions so you know what it is that they're talking about. Because most often we make an assumption. I hear that, people make assumptions when it comes to me. She thinks she this and that. And it's like, no, not really. I know who I am and I'm confident in that. And that's because I do my affirmations daily, honey. It's not because I was born with all of that. It's because I affirm myself daily. But stay in humble curiosity. So when I say that people are not my relationship goals, the reason why I say that is because you never ever know what goes on behind the scenes. I know couples that, and I used to be one of them. I never like to lie about this, and it was not with my ex-husband, because I know a lot of people who know me listen to these videos. My ex-husband and I, we just outgrew each other. But there was another relationship in between that, well, I would say after my marriage, that it was like outside looking in, for some of the people who knew, it's like, okay, thank you. And behind scenes, we was tearing things up, okay? And I'm not just talking about verbal I'm talking physical, right? And I knew couples like that. They would be on social media and it's, I love you and I love this. And literally, they just had the world's biggest fight the night before. She has a black eye. So the reason why I say that, people are not my couple, no one's my couple goals, because I don't know what goes on behind the scenes. So sometimes when you're asking the universe to bring you that, you're asking them to bring you all of that. Understand that. That's why I say we have to stop confusing the universe. Get into what is the goals for your relationship. I told my baby, listen, we're going to design our own relationship. There is no one out here who I desire to be. It's not. Our marriage is going to be the way we design it. And there's a reason for that. Because I don't know what those people have walked through. I don't know what they've been through. And here's the thing. I've gone through enough of my own stuff. I don't want to go through theirs. So stop looking at people's pictures and rating your life off of that. You don't know what goes on behind the scenes. You don't know how much therapy him and I have gone through, right? I'm a life coach that has a life coach. And let me tell you something. I am a person who is straight honest about a lot of things. We have to get out of our head that people are perfect and they walk in these perfect light. I'm going to tell you right now, every therapist have a therapist. I know a few of them. Being in this line of work, every life coach typically has a life coach. Why? Because we need people who hold us high and accountable. I have friends that ride with my bull. I think we talked about this a few videos ago. And if you have not watched some of my self-love videos, go to my YouTube, Moe Sass, MOESASS, and check them out. I've talked about that. I have friends that ride with me, my yes people. You know what, girl, just leave him. But see, my friends are good for something, but when that comes to certain things, I have accountability partners that hold me high to say, no, you need to check yourself. You said that you wanted to be X, Y, and Z. You said you wanted to do this, right? So these are the steps to do that. Why are you not doing that? If you say you're going to write that book, why are you watching TV instead? What does your morning routine look like? So I have people in my life, and that's what life coaches are good for. We are the best accountability partners. You say you wanted to, have financial stability, then let's walk through this debt, right? We're going to get there, right? You said you wanted a relationship, so let's talk about how you self-sabotage all the ones that you're in right now. Because most times, you don't see your blind spots. So yes, I worked with a therapist and a life coach. First of all, 4 years before I even got into this work. Part of the reason why I came into this work is because I wanted more women who look like me to have someone to come to. I remember coming up, I didn't have anyone to work with that could empathize and understand my plight. I get that stigma of the strong, black, independent female. Anybody out there that gets that, right? Don't need a man. Who told you that? You that, So I wanted to really work with, and I work with men too, but my passion started off wanting to work with women just to tell me all starts with loving yourself enough to take the initial step to say, you know what, enough is enough. It's not, and it wasn't this, I want to explain this. It wasn't like my life was totally bad. I owned the house. My kids are decent. They're not perfect, But when I say decent, they do what they're supposed to do. They go to school, they get the education. My daughter just graduated from college, but they had their kids. I have the car. I have a great career, but I still was missing things in my life. I still was missing the fulfillment. Yes, I was surviving, but I wasn't thriving. I wasn't in my purpose. I wasn't in my passion. So it wasn't like it was all bad. My relationships wasn't working out. I'm going to just tell you that right now. It was not working, okay? But those were some things that I needed to look at. But I also realized I focused more on the career. I focused more on the financial stability and, more than I did the relationship. So it was a lot of things I had to learn about me and my ways of being. So it wasn't like my life is so, because people always think, something has to be completely broken. It doesn't have to be completely broken. We can always better our best. Please believe that. Please believe that. When you get ready, I always ask this question. When you get ready to leave this earth, if you had one message to leave, what would it be? What would your legacy be? It's not just to come here. It's come here and make your mark. To leave something behind. When I leave here, my kids are going to know, look what my mother did. all the love she put out there for people, for women to heal themselves, to understand what it takes to love themselves enough to take the step, to work with whoever they need to work with so they can have the life of their dreams, understanding that their dreams can be a reality. Yes. Every time they can click on these videos and see, this is my legacy. Leaving something behind. What do you want to leave behind? I know it's not gossip. I know it's not those reality TV shows. What do you want to leave behind? Every single one of us has a gift. Every single one of us has a gift. It's time to tap into it. It's time to stop looking at social media, looking at those people photos, wishing you had their life. It's time to get yours. Yes, I was going to circle back around to that. I didn't forget where I started. Yeah. Stop looking at that stuff. I love the stars. Let me tell you something. I look at P. Diddy, J-Lo, I look at all the little Instagrams, but there's nothing about me that says I want their life. Nothing. I look at what they did to accomplish some of the things that they have. Yes, because here's the thing. Like, if you desire to be a speaker, you go find the best speaker in the business, and then you follow their what they did to accomplish that, put your spin on it, and go. Why reinvent the wheel? So yes, I look at it for that purposes, but not to look at it and say I want what they have, because I don't know what they've been through. I've seen so many celebrities that have money more than God can ever handle, and they commit suicide due to depression. You don't know what they've been through. This whole message today is, please stop, even me. Stop looking at those pictures saying, oh my God, I wish, because that's when that stuff starts to really weigh on you. You start to lose gratitude for the things you had because you're looking at other people's lives saying you want that. Here's the thing. Let's start working together so that thing that you want, we can work on it so you can have it. So then you can have your own pictures. You can build your own love life. You can have your own financial stability. You can own your own home if that's what you choose to do. You can have a better relationship with your kids. You can have a better relationship with your parents. info@moesass.com. It all begins and ends with you taking the first step to say enough is enough. I'm tired of looking at everybody else's life, wishing and hoping. Why? Okay, so you feel like you've messed something up. Do you realize that God, listen, God's spirit, whatever you decide to call it, is a God of second and third chances. When you know better, as long as you decide to do better each time, he's forgiving. God is a forgiving God. The universe is forgiving. So as long as when you decide to make that choice, okay, I know better now. I know these group of people don't serve me no more. I know being in this environment doesn't serve me no more. I know getting drunk doesn't serve me no more. I know getting high doesn't serve me no more. I know yelling and being an evil maniac and gossiping, being in that low vibration don't serve me anymore. Okay, I'm ready to do better. If you don't know how, that is what we're here for. Reach out to me. But I'm going to just give you just really quickly some things. If you really are in that, these are some questions that you can ask yourself. And I did do this in another video, but I'm going to do it again today. Just quick 5 questions. The first one is, who am I? I'm talking about your identity, not what you do. Because 99% of people do never ask themselves, who am I? That's why they live other people's lives and everybody else and what everybody else do, and they mimic everybody else down to the clothes that they wear. First question, who am I? Second, where am I from? Source. Where are you from? What is your ancestor? Who are your ancestors, rather? What do you believe in? Third, why am I here? What is your purpose? What is your purpose? And don't tell me you have to go find it. You don't find purpose. Purpose is within you. You're born with your purpose, baby. It's just a matter of clearing out all that gunk. It's a matter of loving yourself enough to say, I'm going to walk in my purpose-driven life. Asking the universe to help you work through that. Working with accountability partners that's going to hold you high to help you walk easily into your purpose. It's something that you do right now, very easy, that it comes easy to you, that it doesn't come easy to other people. That's typically your purpose. I had to learn that too. I was like, oh, I love on people naturally. Okay, got it. So, fourth, what can I do? Potential. You can do anything you want to do in this world. What are you capable of? What do you believe you're capable of? Because most times it starts with that mindset. If you believe you're capable of anything, you would do anything. But what are you capable of? 5, where am I going? Where's your destiny? What do you plan to not only, see, here's the thing, it's give and take in this world. Where do you plan on leaving your mark? What's your destiny? It's not just what you can get, it's what you can give. So I start off with those questions with myself. I also affirm myself every single morning. I have affirmations written everywhere. People think it's a joke. It's funny because I even work with clients and I'm like, listen, these I am statements are huge because not every day you wake up with confidence. It's not every day I wake up with confidence. No, it's I affirm myself. I am worthy of love. I am light. I'm beautiful. I'm a great wife. Am I a wife? No. But I walk and talk my ways of being is as I am already one. That's another subject for another day. We'll get into that too. Ways of being is everything, baby. But I affirm myself. I ask myself those 5 questions. I affirm myself every morning. I meditate. And listen, let me tell you something about meditation. There's so many different forms. And you can meditate in 5 minutes. You have 5 minutes. I read the Bible every day. That's my way. And let me tell you this too. It's like funny. People, I'm not religious. I'm spiritual. But most of the practice and principles of the people you love the most, they come from the Bible. That's why I read it. Every single day. 5 minutes, just set the timer. I listen to powerful messages. That's how I start my morning every single morning. Question, affirm, read, listen to something. Faith comes by hearing, not by sight. You have to listen to something over and over and over again. Most times you'll hear it differently as you begin to grow. When you know better, you get to do better. Yes, God is a God of second and third chances. He forgives you, so stop beating yourself up about your past. You can't, listen, here's another thing I'm going to give to you because I say this every single day. Grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, other people and my past. The courage to change the things that I can, myself and my present thought in this moment. And the wisdom to know the difference. Every day I say it. So when you talk about the things that I do and have done as a part of the work, those are it. And if you really want to work on leaving what's your mark you want to leave? If you're really tired, enough is enough, and you're ready to put in some work, and I'm going to tell you it's not going to be all sunny and peachy and rainbows because it was not for me. There were some days that I cried. There were some days when I really had to take a good look in the mirror and really look at myself and see some of the things that I allowed, because we're not victims. We have a choice, baby. Please don't do this victim mentality. Somebody did something to me, as if you do not have a choice. You have a choice today. We are not our ancestors, baby. I'm just saying it. They didn't have a choice. They were sold into slavery. They were sold into some things. They didn't have a choice for some of the things that they went through. We, in 2021, we have a choice. We're not victim to anything or anybody. So stop with this, I didn't have a choice. Or they did this to me. Or this is what they're doing to me. Who is they? And why are you letting them take your power away? That's the question. You can do anything. Strong and courageous. No weapon formed shall ever prosper. Stand on that. Okay? So again, just to sum this up, stop asking for other people's lives. Stop making people your goals. Let's make the life that you've dreamed about. Let's let the love that you've dreamed about. Let's let the way you desire to be a parent, or the way you desire to give love and light into this world, let's work on getting there so you can do that. Because it's our time, light workers. This is the return to love year. You guys don't even see it. It's our time. So if you find me, that means it's your time. So reach out. info@Moe Sass, MoeSass.com. Again, on Facebook, Instagram, Life Coaching with Sass. reach out to me and let's get it started. I hope you have a beautiful, beautiful rest of your Sunday, and I will talk to you next week.